everybody. It's Karen Thomas, and it is time for our Thursday morning virtual coffee chat. Welcome. I hope you get a lot of value out of our discussions today because, of course, we discuss business problems, solutions, things going on with family, how to best run your business. If you have a question, of course, send it to us or drop it in the comments, and we'd love to have the community chat about it. If you're seeing this on the replay, please give us a hashtag replay and comment an aha moment. If we discuss anything that maybe actually triggers, you saying, oh, that would be really helpful, or that kind of information, please share that this has been of value to you in the comments.
Hello. Technology can be so challenging. When we use our phones or we use our tablets, everything kind of acts differently. And so I'm not sure, Miss Jessica, what your particular challenge is today with getting in this. Hello, it's not a chat. Can I talk to you? Can we talk through the audio? Let's see, can you unmute? I wanted to have this chat because I wanted to actually talk to people in person, kind of, over, face to face, and not just through Messenger. So many times we get, I guess I won't say spoiled, but we don't want to put ourselves out there to try to be a human. We think that somehow Messenger can make us, but how many times do you discount what people say, or you take it maybe in the wrong contents or context when people message you because, oh, they're just they don't care. They're just saying that. They say it to everybody. The whole thing about having, for me, a virtual coffee chat was to actually talk with you, to get to know who you are. You are valuable. You are amazing. You have, so much to give. And I'd like to learn a little bit more about who you are. I can't really do that on your profile. I can learn what you put out there for me to learn, but for us to really trust people, we have to get to know them. Your customers are the same way. Is this how you interact with your customers? Is without a video, without a picture, without sound? Well, you haven't answered me back, Miss Jessica. Are you still there? See, the thing about just your name on a Zoom without actually your picture is I still feel like I'm talking to myself. All right, we got somebody else here. Hello, Miss Lisa. How are you? Hello. Can we have a video? It's a chat. It's a morning coffee break.
Yeah, no, I'm just getting there.
Okay.
I didn't even realize what time it was.
And it's so easy for time to kind of slip by. We get wrapped up. Things happen like that to me all the time, and I realize, oh no, I'm missing it.
Well, plus I'm doing like 2 different jobs at once. I'm trying to do my business and my day job. So yeah, time usually flies.
Well, Miss Jessica, I guess, is having trouble getting unmuted and getting her video because I was just kind of talking to myself, because when you only get a black box, and I'm really guilty of getting on webinars and turning my camera off.
I do that all the time too, because I take a lot of training, because the majority of my business is through vendor events, and I do a lot of training with one specific lady who does them all through Zoom, and I'm not a Zoom person. So if I can, I don't show my face.
And
I'm getting better about that, but it's not my favorite thing in the world. So
you know,
There. Can you hear me? Hello.
Miss Jessica, I can hear you. I can't see you, but I can hear you.
Yay. Oh, one thing down at a time.
Hey, well,
So sorry.
and I get it, and I try to assume the better of the things that you're just technology as being a challenge, but in this day and time, a lot of people don't give grace.
Yes, this is true. Well,
They just assume, well, if she's not going to show herself to me, hell with her. You know,
right.
it's a matter of this society judges so fast.
oh, you have no idea. That's like 90% of my family.
Well, I think with COVID and how it trapped us inside our homes, now we've lost the communication to just speak to people nicely. And so we're running around, and I notice, I'm like really polite to people, and people look at me really crazy, like, are you really talking to me? And I'm like, yeah, I appreciate all that you're doing. And they're like,
Right.
oh my gosh, you're such a weirdo.
I think between that and the fact that people have decided that they have more of a say, sometimes I think that they have just like the etiquette has gone out the window.
Yes.
I agree.
Are you on your phone or are you on a computer?
I'm on my phone.
Bottom right, if you tap on the screen, the bottom right hand corner or bottom left hand corner, there should be a little camera.
Yeah, I've been doing that. It's like, no. It's
Well,
just one of those days today. I don't know.
Yeah, I get it.
I'd rather at least hear your voice than just to have nothing. So
Yeah.
I'm glad you were at least able to solve one of them, because the picture and your mouth going would have not been any much better. So if I have to choose, I'd rather have you be able to talk to us.
Yeah,
Awesome.
absolutely.
Now, I am assuming you can see both me and Lisa, right?
Yeah, it gets a little frozen, but I'm okay with that.
Okay. So, just so that we can all get to know each other a little bit better, why don't we start with you, Jessica, because you were the first one on here, even though you weren't the first one to speak. Tell me a little bit about you and your business.
I am okay, so a little bit about me. I'm a mom of 4. And I am an Avon lady.
Okay.
And I've been doing it for 9 years.
Mm-hmm.
And it's challenging through these times.
Mm-hmm. Yes, it is. Okay. Anything else you want us to know?
I have a fur baby. Let's see, anything else? No, that's about it.
Okay.
About me.
Miss Lisa, tell us a little bit about you.
Well, I have 2, I guess you'd call them young adults. I have a son and a daughter, both in college. Actually, both are graduating in December.
Oh, wow. High school or college?
College. Both are graduating from college, both with their bachelors, both in December. And no, they are not twins. My son is actually 2 years younger than my daughter. He went into college with 2 years worth of credits. So
Awesome.
Nice.
So he is graduating the same time as my daughter. And so we will be dealing with that come December, going through that in December, and then they'll both be home. I work full-time for a family business, so I actually have a full-time job on top of my business. But I work from home and I work for a family business, so it gives me a little bit of flexibility. I am a pharmacy rep. Was not my first go around in direct sales, and I've only been with pharmacy for probably I've had pharmacy for a while, but I've been selling pharmacy for 3-4 months, and I actually left another company because they merged with another company and completely changed their whole policies and all their plans and everything, and it was just not congruent with my business because it really made it difficult to sell. So I switched over to pharmacy and changed pretty much my entire life, the way I did my business and everything.
Right.
And decided to switch how I sell and what I sell, and I really focused on training and learning a different approach to how I do things, which has really been, I think, a productive several steps forward kind of thing. And that I see a great future with that. It's just, I'm not rushing, I'm taking my time. And I am married. I'm an only child, but I'm the oldest of 9. I have a very big family. And I'm out there to learn and meet people and build relationships. I don't believe in shoving products down people's throat. I hate the cold selling. I hate the cold calling. I don't believe in it at all.
Cool. And that's probably you're moving in the direction that actually works. Because I mean, for most of us, we have people who throw products at us all day long. How does that feel?
Yeah, well, that's it. I'm actually blocking people sometimes at least 2 and 3 times a day because they're messaging me out of the blue. And I'm like, really, it's nice. I'm glad we talked yesterday. How about you have a conversation with me before you shove your product down my throat? And I actually say that to them, and then they don't know how to respond because I'm a very blunt person.
Mm-hmm.
It's both my personality and I'm a diehard New Yorker. And if you don't want to know what I have to say, you probably shouldn't approach me. I will flat out tell you. And so a lot of times I may put people off, but you're going to know where I stand at least.
Right. Well, if somebody cold messaged you said, hey, glad, hope you're having a great day. I think you're doing an awesome job. Would that be for you?
No, because you're building a relationship with me, but don't send me a message and say, hey, I hope you're having a good day. Hey, can you post this on your wall for me?
Right. Oh, no, I get it. I'm just trying to clarify what cold messaging mean, because, the thing is in order to have anybody get to know us, we have to have conversations.
Right, exactly.
And so how do you start them with people you don't know?
Well, say hi to me. How's your day? I mean, don't bring up your product within the first 5 seconds of your conversation or within the hello message. I've literally gotten a paragraph message where it was, hello, how are you doing? And then, hey, can you post this for me?
Mm-hmm. Or how about the one that they say, hey, I just wanted to get to know you a little bit. I'm a mom of 4. I have this and this. And I've been married, and I've been this, and I've been this and this. Hope hey, what about you? And
I hope I'm not sending that message to a stalker.
The thing is I get those and I thought, whoa, that's a lot of information that maybe I really didn't need.
Well, that's it. I mean, you don't know who you're sending it to.
That's it. What were you going to say, Jessica?
I said, yeah, I get those too. So sometimes to boost my algorithm, I'll give love to people's stories, and they don't actually ask me, like how I, because I tell them, oh, that's great job that you're doing, whatever it is that they're doing. And they're like, oh my gosh, you're following me. And they instead in the hello, they just start blurting out all this information. And I'm like, I'm just giving love to your story, to help you with your algorithm. And, you have a nice day.
Yeah.
Okay. So today's topic was about how to get customers to buy from you. So we've now talked about 2 ways that doesn't get customers to buy from us, right?
Yep.
Okay. So the thing about it is before I assume, both of you are using Facebook, online, face to
Yes.
face. How are you meeting most of your people?
Facebook through vendor events. I'm literally, that is my entire business, is running through vendor events, because it's the easiest, most productive way for me to do it.
Now, vendor events, are you talking about in-person vendor events or online vendor events?
Online vendor events, because they're the most cost effective, because I don't have to even carry inventory.
Exactly. Okay, Miss
Oh, I
Jessica.
love that. Oh, I do it the old-fashioned way. I go out and find them.
Okay.
And besides going on Facebook too, but
Okay, so you're doing both, but you are using social media, as in you are using Facebook.
yes.
Okay, so for just for general purposes, is anybody using their profile
Yes.
to meet people?
Yes.
Yes. In the aspect of meeting people, yes.
Okay. And when you say in the aspect of meeting people, do you mean that you are just inviting them, or what? How are
I'm
they seeing you on your profile?
I'm networking through there. I don't do a whole lot of product posts on there, because I have I have a family that is not, the majority of them are not very receptive.
Mhm.
So I try and be as tipping the scales as much as I can. Like, I post a little bit on my profile, but I try and like not post too much that I have to get
Okay. Well,
feedback. And
if you were inviting people to get to know you,
Mhm.
and they can go on your profile in any way, shape, or form and see that you're the Avon lady, the Scentsy lady, the
Yep.
Tupperware lady, the pharmacy lady, the whatever lady,
Yep.
what does that tell them?
That we're in business.
Okay.
Mm.
What do you think, Jessica?
I'm not sure, but I'm gonna be honest. I'm not really sure. I'm just now starting to think about it that way. So
Okay. Well, the thing about your profile is according to Facebook, Facebook was designed to be the social, to get to know, to have a place to
right,
talk about your wins, what's going on in your
right,
family, who's having a
Right.
birthday, who's getting married. It's about getting to know and sharing about
Right. Which
the things going on in our lives. Now, granted, our business is part of our life, but the thing is if you switch and get used to thinking, how does my customer, how does a brand new person see what I'm putting out here? When they see anything to do with product, most people's first thought is, she just wants to sell me something.
Right, which is part of why I don't do it.
Right. But if they see any part of it, that's what they're going to think.
Right. Most of mine is in my stories. I don't really
Right.
post on
Exactly.
my
Now,
profile.
yeah,
stories is different because it's gone in 24 hours.
Right.
It doesn't stay part of your news feed
Right.
forever
Right.
unless you delete it.
Yeah.
So in your news feed, if you start thinking about when you're posting, how can I tell people about who I am? Because for people, in order to really buy from you, and not just buy once, but to buy over and over and over again, what do they need to feel?
connected.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay.
They need to feel like they have a relationship with you.
Okay.
Yep.
So let me ask you this, not to say, because I probably have looked at both of y'all's news feeds, but I look at hundreds and hundreds of them. Okay. I won't say I remember anything about anyone. When I go to do any kind of training with or one-on-one with somebody, I go look at their stuff right then, because I'm 64. I have that CRS, syndrome.
Gotcha.
So I try to refresh myself so that I can be pertinent and not talk on generalities. But when I am looking at a lot of profiles, I see gangsta stories or I am this for the day and play this game. What does that tell you about the person?
They're just feeding their news feed.
They don't have a life.
No.
Okay, so I just say that because even if you're not playing those games, you have to be, if you're on social media at all, and whether you're using TikTok, for Instagram or Messenger or Reels, you have to have a Facebook account. And the thing is, Facebook still is the biggest one, and it has over 3 billion people. So you always will have somebody to talk to on Facebook.
That's true.
Okay. The thing about it is in order to get customers to buy from you, for one, they don't want to be sold to. And today's customer does not want to talk to you.
Right.
Today's customer wants to do their own research. Today's customer wants to not to be sold to. So they really don't want to talk. But what people and most customers don't know, they have a problem. Most customers think they already know it all. Right?
Yeah, there are some out there that are still.
And I'll be the first one to confess. Now, I've been in sales since I was 16. Now I'm 64 years old. I've been selling a long, long time. But I did it the easy way. You know what that is?
Nope.
I sold what people were looking for. I was the number one candy sales, donut sales, you name it. If they could eat it, I sold it. Okay, that was in school, in high school, because I was in the band and we were always raising funds for whatever trip or whatever. So we had candy sales, we had donut sales, we had, whatever fundraisers there were. But when I started being an adult, I went with the easiest thing at the time, which was everybody loved the Avon lady.
Yep.
Everybody loved the Avon lady. The Avon lady was the lady who knocked at your door and gave you samples, and you were just so thrilled to have her. It ain't that way anymore, is it, just Jessica?
Nope.
No. But I've been the Avon lady for over 45 years. But it has changed so much. Because today, people can buy anything and everything from a number of companies. Everybody has skincare. Everybody has supplements. Everybody has, essential oils. Everybody has everything the same, right?
Right.
So what makes you different? What makes your company different? And it's not so much even more how much your company is different, because people are going to generalize everything.
Right.
What makes them that they should buy from you?
You make it different.
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly. So the whole way you get customers to buy from you, and it is not an instant game, but it is how you build rapport. And when you do friend requests, is have your profile set up so that people can get to know who you are and how you want to help them. Do you want to help women be beautiful? I love helping women feel beautiful. You don't have to say, I've made women feel beautiful by giving them Avon products.
No, that's not happening.
Avon's not the only one. And the thing about it is, if they think that you care more about making them beautiful, there's more than one way to be beautiful. It's not just with skincare or makeup or whatever. In making women feel beautiful, it covers how they feel about themselves. You can talk about your struggles as a mom, as a working woman. It's in people connecting with the struggle, or not even know that they have a problem that you can talk about that your product may solve. Now, and I don't know so much about pharmacy, I'll be the first one to admit, I know it has a lot. I know it has skincare. I think it has
Mhm.
some nutritional stuff, right?
We have skincare, makeup, nutrition, home products, and we just came out with essential oils.
Okay, boy, we all have the same things. Okay, my company has all of that as well. Okay. So, what you talk about is what your solution was, because the thing is the people you attract to you, you can't attract, when you try to attract everyone, you attract no one.
Right. You
Oh,
have
yeah.
to have a specific avatar or customer that you're looking for and
Ex-
speak to them, and everybody will come.
Well, not everyone. The
Well,
No,
ones
yeah.
who connect with that problem.
right.
If everyone connected, could you handle 3 billion people being connected to you right this minute?
Probably not
No,
all
I
at
mean,
once,
that would be nice, but no.
but not
Okay.
all at once.
Oh, exactly. But most of us, when we get into business, oh, my product serves everybody. I want everybody.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, the thing is, there's more than enough people out there for all of us. The thing
When you
is,
try and serve everybody, you serve no one.
you serve no
Exactly.
one. So when we talk about connecting with people, it has to be in a way that you can talk about the part. I always ask people, what is your favorite product in your company? What is the one that made you say, I love this? This one solved this problem for me. I want to be a part of the company, because that's the one you can get most excited about. That's the one you talk to, the person who was you before your company.
Mhm.
Okay. So if I had to do that being the Avon lady, okay, who I was before the Avon lady is I was somebody who was stuck at home, didn't have anybody to talk to, didn't have any friends. Um, you know, my husband was gone a lot. I didn't have anybody.
Yeah.
Now that wasn't the first time I sold Avon, but that was the one when I did it as an adult, because I did it at 16. There again, just to make some extra money, because I was tired of babysitting kids.
Yeah.
Okay, so but we didn't have the internet all back then. So the thing about it is when you talk about, and they used to say, and this is, I do a lot, I verse myself in social media trainings, but my passion is in health. Okay, but the thing is, you have to learn what's working and work with a mentor or your or uplines or somebody who can help you use and train with social media that works.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep.
And most companies, and I will say this, I don't know so much about pharmacy, but I do know about Avon. Okay. And Avon's biggest fear is that you brand yourself. Avon, everything Avon shows you or tells you is all about branding Avon. You're the Avon lady. It's about the Avon fragrance. You bring Avon. It's
Yep.
all about their name. And I don't, like I said, I'm not speaking to pharmacy because I don't know their training. I just know Avon.
Yeah, pharmacy doesn't do that. They just, as long as you follow the policies as far as what to say, make sure that you're not like for any of the, you're not toting any medical things as far as, the collagen. Other than that, we can pretty much run the business the way we want as long as we don't break our policies or anything like that.
Right. But the biggest thing in using any kind of social media anymore is having people get to know you.
Right.
And what, and for one, that maybe you are in business, but you do not talk about your products. You maybe talk about how your life has gotten better since you started using. You have radiant skin now that you started using, your company's skincare has actually cleared up your skin, and people are commenting in your family when you go to reunions. You talk about the solution and
Mhm.
how it changed your life a couple times a month, once a week. But you can, in every post, if you've watched what the newest suggestions that I have with writing longer posts, is that even when you talk about something wonderful, like I made a post about what you hold in your mind. I don't know if either one of you saw that I went on a road trip for 41 days with my mother.
I saw it.
Oh,
It was
wow.
pretty neat. I saw the pictures. It was awesome.
It was awesome. And part of it was my branding, and part of it was that my mom hadn't traveled, and she was a teacher and she was used to traveling. But my mom loves the mountains and trees and all that. But the biggest thing is that in that post, I talked about what we see and create in our mind. We can either see the beauty of things or we can see the devastation of things. So we can either talk about, oh my God, my kids are doing this, the car's breaking down, the this problem, the that problem, or we can talk about, okay, I'm gonna have to find a creative solution to getting the car fixed, but I know it's going to come. I know that
Mhm.
life is going to bring me the solution to this. It's in seeing it in a different way and talking about it in a different way. And it's basically what they say is you take the lemonades and you take the lemons and you make lemonade.
Yeah.
But sayings are great, but how do you do that? How do you actually sit and take those lemons when you're eating them and you're going and say, "Oh, this is sweet." Because it's just you're looking at all this, oh my God. But it's all in deciding, okay, I have this problem. You accept it. You say, what steps can I take? And you start working on the steps and looking to see it being solved rather than the, oh my God, how can this happen to me? So like the one I did, the latest one I did was a picture taken in Yellowstone. I actually got to get to Yellowstone. We almost didn't get to go there. But Yellowstone has all these has had wildfires. California's had all these wildfires. Well, when you go through an area that has had a wildfire, the trees are still there. Just
They're black.
they're just standing pieces of wood, and it
Hmm.
looks devastating. And in my picture, you can see where it's starting to kind of get a little green back from the where it was a forest fire with the big majestic mountains in the background and Lake Yellowstone in between. But it's all about, but in the end of that post, if people read it, which 99.5 of the people don't read your whole post,
Right.
so you have to make your first sentence applicable when you do a post and you do a picture of what you want to have them connect with you. But you asked them to come along with your journey. I said, message me if you'd like to come along with my journey of changing what I think about, how to focus on the positive rather than the devastation. So it's always an invitation at some point within a post to join you. Does that make sense?
Yeah, that makes sense.
Okay. Because then you're inviting them in. You're not inviting them to buy anything. Because if you don't post about your product, but if you talk about your solution, I used to have really acne skin. I started using this new product that I started on a couple years ago, and or last week or last month, and all of a sudden my skin is I'm getting people asking me, what did I have a face, did I go to the plastic surgeon? If you'd like to hear more of my story, message me. Because then you get the person who connects with having that solution and feeling the way you did.
Nice.
So it's not about talking about all the different products that Avon has, but it's talking about the one product that made a difference. And maybe this week you talk about one product, maybe the whole month you talk about the one product in any kind of written story. And you can, in your stories, you can put, if you have a a, a, a product special or whatever, because it only lasts 24 hours and it's not blaringly in somebody's face. But when you invite people, and you should be inviting people to your profile every day, 5 or 10 people, and they should be people that you have determined are in your prospective customer. So being the Avon lady, who would you be looking forward to serve, Miss Jessica?
Um, Working women ages of 30 to 60, I believe.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. Who are you looking to serve, Miss Lisa?
See, because I do this, I've already been training for months on this. So I have my target market already figured out. I invite mothers who are in the age range of 40 to 50 who deal with, well, some of it's hard to do by a profile, but my target market is mothers who have dry skin, who are in the ages of 40 to 50, who are tired and looking to improve their skin now that their children are older.
Yep. Okay. See, you have to have an ID. You have to think about who it is, and then you write your code. All your posts are targeted to that
Right.
without being salesy, but you still have to have conversations. As you invite people, do you ever just say, "Hey, glad we're connecting. I'm looking forward to getting to know you," and try to
Yes.
start having conversations with your new people?
Yes.
Okay.
I don't usually have to. A lot of times they do that. How do I know you? Is there a reason that you messaged me or that you added me?
And so, what do you tell them?
I say I'm just looking to meet new people and network. I said there wasn't any other reason other than I'm just looking to expand my network and meet new people.
Okay, that's cool. I tell people a lot of times that they were a Facebook suggestion because now that I have defined who I was and I've done the same kind of person, Facebook now gives me those people as a suggestion.
Yeah, I have.
Mm.
That's usually what I go off of is the suggestion list.
Right, but you still have to be careful.
Oh,
Yeah.
I know. I for the most part go with mutual friends, but the problem is a lot of times my mutual friends are a lot of direct sales people, and I'm trying to not have just direct sales people. So sometimes I branch out a little bit past that.
Right. So, does anybody, after you've talked to somebody, how would you ask them about your company? Do you ask them, have you ever heard of this company, or are you open? What is your leading?
I don't do that for a while. I because I don't believe in I truly do not believe in cold messaging. So I will not ask somebody until we've communicated for a while.
For a while? What's your definition of a while?
Had steady conversation for at least a month.
A month. Okay. I'm just
Yeah.
curious.
Yeah. I do not I've had enough bad responses with that, or not even bad responses. I've had enough bad I've had enough bad interaction myself with people doing that to me that I won't do that to somebody else.
Okay. Okay. Jessica?
I'm sorry, I forgot the question. So sorry.
It had to do with messaging. Do you say a couple things, or what do you feel is the comfortable length of time to ask somebody? Do you ask them, do they know, have they ever heard of Avon? Are they
No,
open to hearing about Avon?
actually, what I do is like when I first connect with them, I tell them that I'm really glad that we're connected, and I'll ask them what they do, and then they'll tell me, and sometimes they'll ask me what I do, and then I tell them, and I said, don't worry, I'm not one of those spammy people. I really want to get to know you.
Okay. And so, how long do you talk with somebody before you ask them if they, or ask them about any part of your product line?
I try to let it come naturally. Like I try not to, push anything like that.
Okay.
So it has to come up naturally for me.
Okay. So, how many conversations do you start a day?
25.
25?
Yeah.
Okay. Lisa, do you start conversations, so many conversations a day?
I don't have a specific amount because, to be perfectly honest, some days it's hard for me to start them because I do have a full-time day job. So I don't have a set amount. I just do the best I can. And then on the weekends, I make up the difference.
Okay. All right. Well, at least y'all are you're taking proactive steps to get to know people.
Yeah.
And that is all wonderful. Have you ever thought of using Messenger and doing a really creative post and saying, "Hey, I'm just reaching out. I was wondering if you saw my post that I talked about my fur baby." Or that I talked, because when you craft a really good post that kind of leads into maybe a solution that you've had for yourself,
Nope, and I won't do it.
you won't do it?
Nope, because I've had people do that, and it can come across, depending on the way you do it and how the person's mentality is, as it being a cold message, spammy kind of thing, and I won't do it. I will not do anything about, hey, have you seen my post? I won't do it. Not
Well,
definitely
no, I mean,
not.
the thing is, and I can see that, but I mean, I've talked to people. I mean, you know, in some of my messages when I've done a talk on, because I'm all about mindset and helping people think, in a better way. I've done a live on creating a better mindset, and I say, hey, did you see my training or my post on creating a better way of thinking, or how to become a millionaire, have a millionaire mindset?
It's one thing if they're in your group and that's what they're there for, but I wouldn't do that with somebody that's just a friend on my profile. It's not. I personally, to each his own. It's just not something I would personally do.
Okay. Yeah, the thing is it's just a tool you can use depending on how long you've been talking with somebody. Now, when you get a lot of engagement, when you start creating your posts and you get engagement on it, do you talk to any of the people in Messenger that engage on your posts?
Yes.
My posts again I don't do anything as far as sales wise on my main profile. It is all done in stories or through vendor events. So therefore it all becomes in Messenger, something that is initiated ahead of time in a way.
But the thing is like if I did a post on Halloween candy, if I went to talk to anybody that engaged on my post about Halloween candy, I could message them, I really loved your answer about M&Ms. So
I would have that conversation on the post because it's actually good for the post to create the algorithm on the post.
you can. And I'm not saying you can't. I'm just saying you could take it a step further in messaging them about a related thing with candy, with something, or just or just saying, "Hey, I loved your comment about the M&Ms."
Yeah, no, see, I would just do it all right on the post.
Okay. It's just getting to know somebody that you appreciate their answer.
I know.
It's just another way to reach out and say something nice to somebody in that process of getting to know them.
That's usually like I do the same thing. I just do it on a post. It's not. I just don't do it in a private message.
Okay, Jessica. Did we lose Miss Jessica?
Still here.
There's 3 dots. So.
Huh?
I said there were 3 dots, so I thought she was still there.
Well, I was asking about, do you ever message people who comment on any of your posts?
Yes, all the time.
All the time. So does that help you continue conversations with people?
Yes, it helps. Sometimes they'll have questions that they need to ask, and instead of putting it keep going back on the posts, I will message them and we'll have a further conversation that way.
Right, but is it all business stuff? Is it all about your company stuff, or is it anything just fun?
No, sometimes it's just fun stuff.
Cool. That's good. It's just about having, learning how to have the casual and then moving it into business conversations. And that's how you build the rapport with people, but it doesn't always have to take months, and sometimes a general open that's not spammy is just asking them, do they keep their options open? At some point, even just as a casual, statement, just to see yes, no. No right does not mean no forever. It could be just no right now, and you just keep keeping it simple. But if a person would say, yeah, I keep my options open, it helps you to say, okay, well, I would love to show you what I'm doing. Could I, could I send? I'm not one for sending just links and videos. I try to have them where we're together when we have them, because I want to know what they watched and what they've looked into, so I can answer questions right then. But it's a matter of finding out sooner than later what level they're at. It's just, it's just another learning how to have it. Most of it is your posture. Most of it, what you say, it's not what you say, it's kind of how you say it and how you come across to them. Most of the time, if our energy is, oh my God, it's the end of the month, I've got to have so much in sales, I got to have it, I'm all, I got to get to this next level, and you're acting and you're making messages and comments and posts in desperation, it comes across. When you have conversations where you're comfortable that if they're open, they're open. If they're not, they're not. It's okay. You're not attached to the result. Then it makes the energy itself makes people more comfortable. Does that make sense to anybody? But
Sorry, I'm also trying to just keep an eye on work. That's all.
Yes, it totally makes sense.
It's all in your energy and what your intent is in the conversation. But we're all in business. They're in business. We're in business. And at the end of the day, it's learning how to casually ask if they are open. So, it's not something that we all as human beings have an innate ability to do. And even your top sellers will tell you that there was a time that they sucked at it. They all have sucked at it. But practice and doing it and tweaking your the way you say it and your intent with it gets better and better over time. But you have to start it. And some of it is, and Lisa, I totally respect that you don't, because nobody likes cold calling and spamming. But not everything is black and white.
I'm aware. It's just the way I choose to do it. That's, it's
and that's true. But sometimes we have to change a little bit of how we perceive some things, just so that we can try to do things on a bigger level.
I have, and this is what works for me.
That's good. As long as you found what works for you.
Yeah.
That's the whole key, because you have to be comfortable with who you are at the end of the day.
I've been in direct sales now for probably about almost 15 years. And it's taken me this long to figure out that this is what works for me and this is what's comfortable for me. And I think a lot of it comes from, this is just my personality, and
cool.
It's what works.
And that's what's important, because enjoying what you do and not feeling like you are being out of character is important.
Right. And a lot of these companies put me very out of character because I'm not, I'm very blunt. So I have this keeps it so that I don't have to force myself to go out of what is not right for what, my feelings.
Cool. So, what is something that would be a suggestion for this virtual coffee break going forward? What would you like to see in it?
I'm open to just about anything. I'm not a very hard person to get along with that kind of thing. I mean, any topic I'm always willing to discuss. So it's not,
Okay.
I'm not, I don't have I don't have a preference. I mean, we can talk, we can talk recruiting, we can talk business in general, we can talk taxes. I mean, I'm open to talking about anything.
Okay. So, was today's coffee break helpful? Was it a good thing?
It's interesting for me. I like seeing other points of view. So I always enjoy that.
Cool. Miss Jessica? Miss Jessica must be multitasking.
Yes. I think it's very it's always very powerful to hear everybody else's thoughts about how you're working.
Okay. Any suggestions for my next coffee break in next Thursday? What would you like to talk about, or what would you suggest?
Oh, how do you get past uh, the nose, I guess.
Okay. So we should talk about
You know,
objectives next time.
yes.
Okay. Well, we've had our hour, so I wanted to say thank you so much for coming. And I didn't promise. I did record this one, but I wanted to make sure before I posted it if it was okay with you all, or would you rather them not be posted?
Oh, I don't care.
What you think?
I'm good with whatever you need.
It's not my need. It's all about helping other people. See,
That's what I'm saying. If it helps somebody else, I'm all
Right.
for it.
Yeah, I don't have an issue with that.
Jessica, did you find today's conversation helpful?
Yes.
Okay. That's my goal. And I've never done one of these before, so I'm learning. Just
Yeah.
like, it's all in how to learn how to have discussions, how to have conversations, and
Yeah.
how to help each other. Because at the end of the day, we are all wanting to connect with customers. We're all wanting to bring in recruits. We're all wanting to expand our level of success.
We also need to all be open to the reception of everybody having a different point of view and doing things differently. And sometimes the way you do it, I might do it differently. And when somebody watches the video, they might see in like your point of view, or they might see it and say somebody else's point of view, and it might work. So I think it's good to have it.
Good. All right. Well, then that I will probably post it. I wanted to make sure because depending on the topic of whatever gets discussed, I won't promise to to publish any of them. But if the conversation is good and everybody's comfortable with it, nobody, we all shared good information, then I will go ahead and post it in the group.
I will tell you though, if it's every Thursday, there's a Thursday, I won't be able to do like 2 weeks from now because I'll be unavailable. So
It's a growing thing.
yeah,
I'm hoping that eventually we'll have, you know, a dozen people here, but we may or may not. I don't know. The whole point of the book club, that as far as I'm concerned, is for me to provide the things that have helped me grow as a person. The,
Mhm.
the books that have helped me. I'm a big audio book person, and so me recording them and sharing them in the group was my way of giving to those that maybe aren't familiar with Audible or don't want to have the subscription, but in sharing books and things that have helped me. If you really want to see some of the ideas for problem solving, has anybody watched any of my millionaire within her interviews?
Yes, I watched a few of them.
Okay, has anybody seen the Forbes Riley one?
No, I haven't had time to watch any of them. I'm doing like 5 different trainings right now, so I haven't had time to get much past that.
Well, Forbes Riley, and the interview is in my guides under the Millionaire Within Her. And Forbes Riley was the QVC queen. She sold billions and billions, and she talks about techniques on selling on stuff. And I highly recommend people to watch the Forbes Riley interview because she was fabulous about how to come across and reaching people through this medium called technology.
Yeah.
All right. I'm going to let y'all go. Thank you so much. And y'all have a very fabulous day.
Thank
All
you.
right?
You too.
Thank you.
All righty.
You
Bye
too.
All
bye.
right. Bye.
Bye.
Hi, my name is Karen Thomas. But guess what? That is not important. What's important is your success online. I can help you start a successful, thriving business online, no matter how many times you have failed. If you have a desire to win, you can. All you need is Wi-Fi, a laptop or desktop, and be able to follow simple directions. Reach out to me and I can show you exactly how.